Hello there, welcome, and Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depends on time zone. Thank you so much once again for all of you to tuning in on time. Today we're continuing the session on a digital marketing, and today the phase 2. Today, we almost completed the phase 1, and today we're continuing with the phase 2 as a topic today. Okay, so last couple of days we have been discussing about various niche we have it in OSM. So one of the things which all of you told me about it so fast, I agree. As I mentioned it was yesterday, around 900 slide. I finished in just less than 1 hour. Usually 350 slide, we take around 100 minutes. So today I promise you, and in fact I want it to be, and it has to be very slow. Slow means every slide I'll take you by slide. It's quite tough. I mean, I think one of the feedback all of you give me on a 3i integration time. It's difficult to understand. Yes, it's the first time. We might feel a little difficult, but there's no other option we have to do. And we have a few good news as well. I know to do some shortcut, I will share with you a bit later how you can do that during the slide itself. I mean, during the presentation itself. So without further, because it's too heavy, I mean, so much of content we have to discuss about the phase 2 and phase 3 and phase 4. I'm not sure all the 3 phases we can complete today. Otherwise, we'll continue tomorrow. Day after, I think we have around 7 phases we need to complete before championship. And things I'm looking for actually 10, but I'm not sure about if we can do all the 10. At least around 7 we need to complete. Today we'll start with the phase 2. Okay, so get settled in, and I'll connect you to the slide as usual. Then we'll start off. Okay. So welcome. Today, 78th day of our 100 Days Digital Mastery Challenge, October 5th, 2020, Monday. I'm live from Doha at 6 p.m. in the evening. Now, today, the topic we are going to discuss about on a digital marketing activity on a phase 2. Phase 1, we almost completed the last week. And after that, we had a few other topics. So today, we are back with a digital marketing topic. In that, today, we are going to discuss about something called on-page optimization process. As all of you know, the SEO, search engine optimization, it has a 2-1, on-page and off-page. So we are going to talk about an on-page and off-page also today. So we had done earlier one session about SEO, which is to talk about all this basic aspect. Today, we are going to discuss about the strategical aspects or the phases and action plan we supposed to do. That's what exactly today we are going to discuss in detail. As I promised, I'll go slowly. I'll not take faster. And there are a few things today. The terminology, something is quite new, and especially on page, we are going to have a technical little part. Okay, so I would like you to pay attention for 3 points. The point number 1. To rank in the Google first page, or to get our site to get a good higher ranking, we need to do on-page SEO. So there is no other option. Okay, we need to do on-page SEO as well. Second one is on-page SEO is quite difficult. It's more under technical aspects, and HTML and alt tag, so everything comes in that one. So you will feel it as. And the good news is that's the third point. You are doing an affiliate platform, or you are using an OSM platform. Without technical knowledge, you can implement this one, which is actually previously when I spoke about the dashboard, which I mentioned to you with each category, subcategory, sub-category, everything you can use them. Even every product you can do SEO, meta title, meta tag, everything you can do without coding, which is there is something called SEO engine. So you don't have to worry about it if you are using our internal platforms like whether it's a shopping mall platform or an affiliate platform, which you can utilize. So this is first part. Now, so these 3 points, remember this one. So with that, we will start the points. So on-page optimization process, and we discussed in the phase 1 about the keyword research and identifying the keyword, how to get ranked, and the strategy for it, and offline keyword research, online keyword research. I believe all of you are working on your keyword bucket, and you finalized your primary keywords and secondary keywords, and you're clear about what exactly you wanted with your website, which are the keywords you wanted to rank in the first page of the Google. It's important. And as you know that I also set a goal. I'm always saying this is first page of the Google, but if you're going for a championship and you want to go for a higher one, top 3, that's a goal now. Top 1, I agree that will be tough, but top 3 or a top 4, we need to make it, not top 10. Because the reason is, when you look at the Google search, I agree most of the people go to the first page of the Google. But when you look at the behavior of the people, first 2-3 result, you give a more result, more engagement, more people click it. So our goal should be, with our long tail keyword, more conversion we have, or more sales we can have, more business we can generate. Those keywords we want to be ranked in the top 3. Because the top 1 is quite difficult to say. Every time Google will not give you top 1 position, so that I'm making us a top 3, but it's achievable. So we'll come to the first page, then we'll try to reach in the top 3. So the top 3 is our goal. Okay. So by keeping that goal in our mind, we are discussing about on-page optimization now. So that's a goal. We are not set for anything smaller. The best keyword which you find with an MSV, monthly search volume, of 30,000 to 100,000. Or you're going for a broad match with less competition. So both cases, you need to rank in the first page of Google. Okay. Now, on-page SEO is basically all the thing about your website structure. When we discussed about the SEO in the earlier, you remember that the information architects which we discussed. The information architect is a very, very important point of the SEO, on-page SEO. So the structure of your website to play a major role. So the style and structure, the look and feel alone is not enough. You need to have a good structure for your website to understand the users as well as the website search engine. Okay, so it is search engine also reading. So this point you never forget. Not only the users coming and checking your website, even Google are reading your content. Google are verifying your website, are checking, and based on that, they're going to give you ranking. Not only Google, all the search engine, right? So it is a very important, you keep in your mind, not only the user, it's also the Google. Now, another problem with the SEO professionals comes in. They always think to rank to 1, but they forget the user. So here is a combination of the user and the Google is both an important part. So usually you can see a typical site structure, homepage, then there is a segment, there's a category, sub-category, subcategories. And in that, again, additional, there's a product, there's a brand, the varieties and the categories, all the things comes that, right? So imagine your on-site, the SEO aspect here. So here is a structure when you made look and feel aspect we discussed earlier. Look and feel is a very important, as we discussed, and the structure play a major role. Now there's another CRO perspective. We are going to discuss that now. The coming week, there's a conversion rate optimization perspective. We need to discuss about how the conversion rate to work on, how you can get a conversion to a person who come to the website. Now, another perspective is actually SEO perspective. Now, the people come to the website, and on-page perspective, Google give you ranking. So on a homepage, all the aspects we need to consider. And the most important part is basically now the people come to your website, and now they need to stay back in the website. So you got a person through Google first page, it came to a website, and he leaves immediately. There's no point. So we need them to stay back at the website. It's a very important aspect. Okay. So getting the people into the first step and keeping them, retaining them, getting them, making them and read and understand about your products and services and look around is a very, very important part. So create your structure and allow the customer see, a very looking, visually appealing website. That's very, very important to have it is to everyone to stay back. And one of the part is actually in the on-page SEO, you need to have an updated content. So this is what happens is usually most of the time the website, initially you created the website an old 5 years ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, you have one content and you stay back that content. That is not good for a user side. It's also not good for Google. Google will give out updated content, gives a lot of value. In fact, if you have a daily update twice, it's really good. Okay. May not be required for all the B2C portals, but at least 15 days in updates is actually recommended by Google. So 15 days or 30 days, your regular updation on your website is very important to add a content, change the content, improve the content, and more URL, more conversion rate optimization activities, more offers, etc. So please bring the dynamism is there in the website, and its users like it, and the Google like it. Okay. So search engines and users are now, they're basically looking for both. So I'm treating it as a search engine. We need to treat it as a not a kind of a person. So think as a robot is working with us. We have like a Hollywood movie. So we have a lot of users. At the same time, Google looking at us, working with us as a robot, and as a machine is looking at you. So he'll only understand the machine the way machine looking to. So he's having a code, he's having algorithm. So we need to influence them. We need to talk to nicely to the robot and please rank our website. At the same time, the same website uses a human being look into different aspects, his emotion, his ideas he look into. So it's important to have a website with unique, relevant, and up-to-date content. Now, when is the up-to-date content? For example, you're searching for something, you're like, now you're looking at how to rank up your website in the Google first page. The first page, in the ranking, you get a 5-year-old article or a later article, but definitely you go and take the new article, right? So it's very, very important so actually you update the content that one. And when the content is also included, I hope all of you remember that we should discuss the content in detail. Content include photos, videos, and slides and images, and make sure that is, it's there in the part of your content, and people can also align with your content, align with your target audience, align with your conversion optimization, and you actually, people can impress with the reader, and it will help you to generate revenue on it. Now, there are a few technical optimizing part I'm discussing. I know slightly boring and slightly heavy you feel, but don't worry, I'll give you later stage what the easy one is. So you need to from the top of your website to the bottom, you have to optimize, that starting from your URL. So as all of you know, normally people come to the website, which is basically, how do you say, universal. Now URLs coming with domains, and in the domains you have a sometimes slash, you have something. So whenever you have it as a universal, sorry, it's about it. Okay, so I'm sorry about it. Okay, let me see one more time it happens. I'll make them stop. So okay, so the URLs is the major role. It's not only domain name. Sometimes, some cases, like adm.qa / e-commerce mastery, adm.qa / online shopping mall. So that way, entire URL play a major role. In the URL, we should have these activities, right? All the things should be there. Now, so the first thing in this URL, we need to insert the keywords or the call to action, or the conveying message, something when you can attract the people to do this one. Okay, so into the URL, each web page, you will add your keyword. That's one of the strategy you should be applying for that. And the first and important part is, you might have seen a URL comes to you with a lot of machine language, like and is there, and which we're human not able to understand. So we change that. We can edit that and change it to which is readable, which is conveying, which is actionable, which is keyword. Now, so I agree that's so you need programming language to edit. But if you're using a platform, of our platform, an affiliate platform or an online shopping platform, you don't record that. I'll tell you how show you. I think earlier I shown you one of the time the platform. That time it may not make sense to you because you're thinking why it is required. Now you understand how important it is, right? So if you don't know the programming, you don't know the coding, you don't know the HTML, it will be difficult for you to edit. So that's the reason in the platform you have the option, every URL you can customize it with your keyword, with the conveying message, with the information passing out, and the message, call to action, everything can be there. Okay, so all these words I'm using based on our previous topics. Those who are attending first time, please excuse me on it. You need to go back to the content, SEO. These are the topics, which is the terminology which I'm using, call to action, conveying message, all the things are part of our content. SEO, URL other part, we discuss in the SEO part. So this topic, I think in the previous sessions are there. So I'm not going back there. So please go through and do this. Itself is a huge thing we have to cover. So I may not be going back in, but I'll show you a couple of examples so you get an idea to that. So this portion, the numbers, other things, you need to remove it. Now, hyphens or dashes are the only thing you use it. Please do not use any other machine language or a question mark or rand, nothing. only hyphens and dashes. Okay, like for example, is now this is when you look at this two URL. One URL is like a http semicolon adm.qa / e-commerce mastery. That's the URL. Another URL you can see that is we cannot even read, understand, and we cannot even share it. It's a very long one, right? And not only long, so many machines, which is we don't understand what it is. So that you need to edit on-page SEO part to your keyword. So e-commerce mastery is your keyword. You keep it as your keyword there. You can also use a call to action there. You can also have a conveying message. The best thing is a keyword. So okay, hope you got this one. So the URL should be is very good to descriptive, and like in a content part we discussed, it has to be descriptive. So make sure that the descriptive we have it is not ugly one. Okay. So put the page names also can be there. Now every page now put a name which is relevant to that. You just not name it anything. You name it is basically which is relevant to that page. What are the page called? Like when I put adm.qa / e-commerce mastery, I talk about e-commerce about it. I don't put that as something apply for a job or maybe some other workshop or something. We talk about what is relevant to that page. So it's important to name your page and ensure that relevant to your page content. Now, this content, the page name, the label should have a meaning to people to understand on it. Okay. Now, another here is, you remember that one, user value that way, because user see the e-commerce mastery, let me just know it. Then when you saw the e-commerce mastery, then you saw something else. You may not appreciate that one. And the Google search engines are intelligent to understand that as well. The previously it was not the case. Now even that level, search engines, and you don't match with your content and the page title, they're going to give you minus mark. They're going to give you punish you. So you will lose your ranking possibility. You get a minus mark. So please do not do that way. Now, the meta tags are very important, as we discussed last time. So like, what we see in a Google, these meta tags in your website, in your on-page tag, you need to do with the platform, or with if you're doing your own website with your programmer or a designer or a SEO specialist, make sure that is you do this portion of that. As I mentioned, this comes in little technicalities, but you don't worry. In the platform you are using, you can do this one. But in real life, it is done through the HTML part. We need to work on that, please. But we don't worry those who are especially whenever I do an on-page SEO, people, hey, sorry, you didn't tell me this earlier. We should know. You don't have to know. Your affiliate platform, which is very explicitly explained everything in detail, and you don't have to worry on. You can do that one. Okay. So we need to put that all the meta tags, and it is very important to have this title, to rank in the Google first page and in the search engine result list, and display to the people and user and search engine understanding it is. So for something like this, like you can see in the search on something like engineering job search, then show the URL in the below. So this is the way people see the result in Google. So you can do in a part of your on-page optimization yourself for your website. Every page you can do that one, and that URL can be ranked that way. Okay. And this one we discussed, I think last time. I quickly went through this one. This is recommend to have this title around 50 to 60 characters in total. That is not a rule, but that's recommended by Google, and it's recommended by marketing point of view or a content point of view. Okay. Now this this is what I say. It has to be very short and simple, and people can actually read and understand as well. And it's also be descriptive as well. That's another important part to people can descriptive way. You can do that one, like in the below, that after the title, in the descriptive way you can keep it. People read about that that page and your website, what you're trying to say, and people can read, and the search engine read, and the customers also read. And this can be 150 to 160 characters. So that's the recommended one. And you can actually use a descriptive tag as a sales pitch. You can actually conversion, actually you can start thinking from here. They click here to get that one, etc. Okay, so that means the content play a major role here. You remember that content description, what other comes in. This can be a benefit, it can be a USP, and call to action. So you remember that in the content portion, those who are not attending the content portion, the content we use a method called IDA, okay, AIDA, that's a format we write a content. In that content, one of the things is we need to have a call to action. So here is a very descriptive benefit, what you're offering, your product or services, or your website is what is offering, that to be shown there in the as a USP in the descriptive content. There also it's a call to action should be there. And this is basically why should they buy from you? That's what is exactly we're discussing about. Now, there is something called breadcrumb navigation. This also quickly I covered the last time, but also end of the time it was so fast. So what is exactly breadcrumb navigation? And it's important to people to have a breadcrumb navigation. And it is a without mention navigation bar. They need to keep it important. I'll show you an example. I think I have an example with this. So it's actually normally shown in the top of the page, and user can go through there. For example, like this. So bed and bath and beyond. So they give a this way. Keep it this way: home, kitchen, small appliances. People can go from there itself. So what exactly or why exactly this is important? So breadcrumb is important because it's a part of SEO friendliness. It's a user side as well as a search engine side. It is useful, and it's also help us to easier to navigate, and people love this, and even search engine love this one. And before they exit from your page, they'll see this one and they can directly land over there. And the most important is good for SEO. So because of that, you need to use this strategy, and please use that. And you can make that is in a platform itself. Okay. So this search engine boards, the immediate boards actually, immediately they crawl it, and Google try to give you the rank based on this faster. So your keywords and your products should be there in the first page itself. Now the breadcrumb, in a way that is it gathers all information of the website. The search engine actually gather all the information of the website through this one, because it has a 3 to 4 things there to handle it. Now, it is basically the Google actually show breadcrumb information in the search engine ranking process instead of a permalink. I'll tell you what is a permalink a bit later. So it shows in a search engine ranking process. It shows in the first one. Now, permalink is the full URL you see, and used for any given post page, the other pieces of content on the site. That is what exactly is it. I'll show you an example. So, for example, your domain name www.adm.qa, and then there is called a slug, right? There is a slug. There is a piece of URL that comes in after the domain name. So .qa/ like this come like it's a kind of this is exactly the slug. This is a permalink, like adm.qa / adm 100 days challenge. So this is actually come a permalink. It's not this way. So it is breadcrumb is that way. It's really good for you to rank on it. Okay. So search engines also rank. Give a lot of importance on this. So you try to make it your important, especially your primary keywords. 11 primary keyword. All this actually on the structural time, doing on-page activities in a very good way. Okay. And here headings is the most important part, and it's actually should be interconnected and show the descriptive as well. For example, if you have a heading, it's heading 1, it's heading 2, heading 3, heading 4, like that. You can have a multiple headings in a different part of your website. Sorry, and where you can actually have these details as well. Okay. Now, another important part when you make a content and on-page SEO together, actually, you wanted to marry. I agree that is actually 2 different timings, and in fact, 3 different timings we are doing in SEO training, SEO topic. First is we did a beginning on SEO, then later stage we did a website content. Now we are back with the Department of Digital Marketing again in SEO. So, so here I want you to think all the angle. So you have a objective, you have a goal to achieve your ranking in the first page of Google or first page of any other search engine. And at the same time, you also, once you rank, you need people to buy the product with your keywords. You also know the what's the keyword you're looking. Now you have a content. You not only do in SEO, you also do social media promotion, email marketing promotion, influencer marketing, and people come to your website. They should have a fantastic way return a content. So all this combination, you had to put in all the aspects. You had to put into the thinking. Then think about how your website look like on a website. Content is displayed, and how your information architect. All the three is an important point here. Okay. Now, so there is so when in that way, when you look at it, is you remember the IDA which we discussed about attention, interest, desire, and action. So attention we grab with the headline, and interest we create with the subheading, right? And desire we create with a descriptive content, right? Then with a call to action. Okay. Now, so this is the way. So here is the first paragraph. You create a desire with the user to buy the product. So you're creating a desire. At the same time, the SEO prospective also, Google also should have a desire to rank you. So here is one places you wanted people to buy, other places you want to rank. So you need to consider Google as a person, as I mentioned. We want him to like, or Google to like our project. Okay. Now, as we discussed in the content part, users usually scan the first few words, and then basically they decided you capture them, they will continue. So it is important to have your first line, and that also incorporate with your keywords. So it is quite. I agree that time you made a first keyword bucket, and you took it out based on I told you about a logical, there 30,000 to 100,000 keyword, or a broad match with less competition. But at the same time, that keyword is important to be fit into the content as well. So this is a very important part, because you grab an attention with a person with a keyword, and that keyword is you displayed in a multiple time in your website. So your content become rich, and SEO rank it. It's also your title tag. It's also you have a URL. You have a so all the things come together. So here is actually in a very natural manner you can keep this keyword there. So some keywords, as you know, you don't find it is really organic or really natural, because the search volume you take it, because of course that's what exactly the business work with the numbers. So we need to take all these aspects. But here, what the important part is, all this combination you can bring to your on-page website, the best result will come. I'm talking about how you do an outstanding way. Many things, those who are SEO professional think this much is required. Actually, yes, if you are really looking for a greater success, and you don't want to compromise anywhere, you want to get into the first page. I'm talking about the first 3 in the website. So every SEO, I'm not talking even at 200 aspects. As we mentioned, around 100 plus aspects of the Google ranking we'll cover. So this is the part we need to take care of the Google search engine. When I say Google is a search engine, and user at the same time, the call to action also should be there for a user to buy this product. So your first paragraph, when you say you have a heading, then the subheadings, in that your first paragraph comes in. So in that first paragraph, you also insert the keyword. Even the descriptive content can be your keyword. So this is like we help our customers succeed in their digital venture. So that can be a descriptive, depends on the page you are, depends on the content you are keeping it as. So this is an important part. Then we'll go to the text content. Now, so there are industry accepted word count is out there. As I still believe it is a 3%. There are different people opinion is there 5%, 20%. My personal opinion and my humble opinion on the study which I have on about the Google reports, 3% to 5% is the content. It's important for your keyword density. I think when we discuss about the keywords as well as the content, we discuss both times this point. So when we discuss the keyword, we know that is content to be created with a keyword. When you discuss the content, we discuss about 3 to 5% of your content must be keyword density. You must have, right? Now, now when you are going to the content writing, you are going to text it in the web pages. Now you're going to talk about your product and services. Now, how many words you're going to write about your products and services? This, especially those who are doing an affiliate and even an OSM, it's going to be very important for you. You need to verify this one. Around approximately 300 words are recommended for one page. Okay, about the products and services. When you write around 300 words, putting into that's an ideal one, industry standard. So if you ask me any rule on this, actually I cannot tell you, but that's what exactly people say. And the study says, and many other companies follow this one. So we can actually, they're also following. It means there is something inside. So that's one thing. And you put the density of the keyword here. How much is that? So here you have a 9 keywords. Or maybe 5%. Yeah, around 15 keywords you can have if I take a 5%, you can 15 keywords you can have a presence as well with that particular product or that category. So you can also play around that way. So if you have a number of keywords, it's not necessary, but whatever the keyword you have, you can actually repeat on that. Okay. Now, if you're writing articles or white papers, it's approximately 1,000 words is people recommend on it. So if it is article or your blog with article or a normal article, or you're writing a white papers, it's 1,000 words is the minimum which is recommended on. Okay. And if it is a blog, because you know that in your affiliate website, you have a blog inside. I'm not covering that now because it's a blog has a one other day. We are discussing completely about a blog and making money with the blog and how you can become a good blogger, blah, blah, blah. There is a huge content, one full day. We'll be discussing about blog aspect. Okay, so I'm not covering here. Now we come back here as a body of a text here. Now article contain 2,500 word is basically usually higher rank it comes in. So it's we discussed the other day in the last time, about 1,000 words. So 2,500 words article you have. Your competitors has 1,000 word of the article, then Google give you preference to get a rank. I'm not only just because you're on rank, I'm talking about a Google now. You fighting with someone, he has a 80 point, you have a 90 point. Now he should not overtake you. Or you have both have a 80 points. Now if 100 reaches, Google rank you first. So from here, he has 1,000, so he get a 10 mark, he reach 90. You have 2,500, you reach 100. So you rank first, right? So that's the reason, articles containing around 2,500 words has a higher possibility to rank on Google. Then there's anchor test. These are a few technical, please don't worry. It's a very simple things when you really look into. It is anchor text, is a hyperlink is shown as a clickable text within your content. That's like, usually in the content itself, there is a link, let me see, I have an example. Okay, so it's somewhere when you click it, it is click here. So it is basically, instead of saying click here, so you talk about a click here for information on your webinar on digital marketing. You say talk about what is. This portion we discussed out when we discussed the content. We say in the content part, when you're instead of you're writing click here, you write about click for what. Here that is we mentioned there. So here is the images and alt test is it's also important part of the your SEO on-page activities. There is something called meta title, meta image and meta videos, and also there. So you need to put that as also in perspective when you're taking a decision on that one. Okay. Now, this this image alt text should be there part of your on-page activity when you make sure that is you are also insert the keyword for that aspect. Okay. Now, so once we attend and the on-page activities, off-page activity, we are going to discuss so many things about the social media part. But on-page activity, use social sharing is an on-page activity. Social. You remember that I always ask the question to people to understand on-page and off-page. You remember this question I asked you in the beginning stage of SEO. Those who are not knowing of it, we say to the common man language. And I use always a common man language because it's not always true. That's the reason. On-page, common man language, whatever you do with your website, which is called on-page, whatever you do with others' website is called off-page. So that's the way I try to make you understand. That's the time I ask you back the question, according to you, Facebook is on-page or off-page. Some people say immediately, on-page. Why? It's my Facebook. But actually, point is, Facebook does not belong to you. Facebook is someone else, you have a page there. So it's the on-off page, right? Now here, something off page, which is I'm not the phase 2, we are discussing on page now, but I'm discussing social sharing part of on page. That's the reason in generally or in common way, that's what exactly I was saying. So now on page, there's a social sharing comes in. So in your page, in your website, you need to have a shareable buttons and icons and link to the social media for visitors can share. So it is it's a very important to have a branding and to communicating to the people. So it is, it's a shareable link is people appreciate, as the users appreciate. At the same time, search engine also consider. Search engine actually value. As I mentioned to you, search engine gives you good mark if you have a 5 digits of your social media followers and likes and subscribers and views. So that means 5 digits is 10,000. So set a goal immediately. You have a 10,000 worth something on a, maybe focus on a 5 to 6 things like Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, and maybe Pinterest you want to do, or Instagram. All the things you can actually focus and do that one. Okay, this one to get a 10,000 plus viewers, 10,000 plus followers, 10,000 plus likes, 10,000 plus subscription. So that way, search engine also really valued you. So your page rank, in a Google search engine. It's also in the rank in the Insta and Facebook, etc. as well. Okay. Now, once we are done, so it's important you to link that is with the, you could have share, but shareable things should be there. Your Facebook as a link as a part of on page. You can add that. So when I'll show you after some time how you can add that portion a bit later on. Okay. Now sitemap, as you know, the sitemap is a very important part of your website. What are the things there in the website, and all the things you need to think in a very helicopteric vision about your sitemap. So the structure you have to think now when you come to the home page. What is the home page 1, home page 2, home page 3, and that sub page. Again, when you look at your structure, for example, you take in your e-commerce website structure, you have a product main category, then maybe immediately it's separated to the men and women, maybe sometimes branded and unbranded, maybe another one. So every niche or every product, every business nature, every website nature, so this is going to change. So here is a home page, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you need to visualize in, and each one you have to put that as in the points as a sitemap will be there, should be there in the list of the sitemap. And based on that, you also should have a URLs. Based on that, you should have a meta title, meta description, meta image, meta video. You should have that one. So when you look at it as a website, what are the things is there as a, I think it's a huge things are there, right? So you have to start listing out. So for example, if in our case is a lot of different courses, we have them in one page. So that's a courses page. Then there's a lot many events. That's an events page. I'm not talking about landing page here. I'm talking about otherwise also there is a stand. There's a lot of ADM events. Then we have a lot many projects which we deal with. So there is another page about it, right? Then there are a lot of meetings. This is separate. We kept it as a which is a meetings happening. We have an individual meeting or a group meeting on special meetings. There's a page for it. Then another one is for a webinar details. So there is another page. Then there is a affiliate packages, different affiliate packages which people can buy and take it. That is there. Then the OSM packages are there. Then there's a mentoring packages are there. These all are separate page as a sitemap we should think of. Then there is an investor co-founder packages there, influencer packages there. Then 100 days challenges there. Online events is another one. Then membership part is another one. And upcoming and offline events are there. And premium member dashboard is access a separate page. Then 100 days challenge is there. Then the different program which you have done, like a YouTube Mastery, YouTube Checkout, YouTube Mastery Registration, ADM Store, E-commerce Mastery, all the things are also part of your sitemap. So this is the way you need to think about your sitemap. In fact, actually, sitemap can be the first activity. But you should not complete sitemap. Yeah, I locked my sitemap. No. So you need to start working on a first, like this kinds of points, which we discussed about. What are the things you wanted in your website? Put in everything in a paper, and put into a Word file or put the Excel sheet. You put that what are the things should be there up and down. Categories, subcategories, and footer, header, and links, and everything should be kept that way. So now, once you do this one, you get an overall idea about what are the things coming to your website. So this is like a bird eye view or a helicopter picture you should do. And this is to be done, according to me, a lot of imagination, a lot of visualization you should record. Now, it should not be done in hurry. That you need to think, spend your quality time and think about, visualize about your website. Think about you visualize about your avatar of your customer. Each avatar of customer is coming, what he or she will be looking into. So when they click, what happened? When they click, what happened? When they click, what happened? So you get a points. You keep writing that points. And that should be there in your website, right? So then you come out all this one, what you want to eliminate, you can eliminate. And you can actually change this sitemap button names to keywords. Okay, so again, as I mentioned, I think when we started about digital mastery part and the digital marketing aspect on the last week, I mentioned everything starts with the customer. So here on the sitemap also, you go back to the customer point of view. Think about each customer. Now, so you're selling some product which has a two category, men and women. You have two different things to do, or you have a winter clothing and summer clothing. So now you think about a man or a woman comes in, a man comes in, how he look into the product and which category he goes to, then what is the call to action required. Then when a female comes in, so what she is looking into and what category she goes and how she check out. So also part of this should be part of your website. Then in addition to that, your contact us page, your about us page, your career page, your event page, your news page, your blog page is also part of your sitemap. So sitemap, if you ask me to spend a 24 hours time, you should do. Entire day you want to spend on a sitemap, it's worth it, according to me, because that thinking gives you, and your brain should not be tired. If you have your quality time is the morning, spend the morning time for it, and spend some more time. And you can also do brainstorming. You can also discuss with people, and all the things should do. Then make the sitemap and finalize it. So this is a major player on the road. Okay. Now this is a peace of mind for you. I know some of you actually already got worried. Oh, these are the things we should do, and it's going to be a challenge. I agree. So what I would recommend is now platform. You go and explore the platform. Those who have an affiliate website, you can go to the website. You can see everywhere. You go to dashboard. There's a category area. There's a subcategory area. You want to add a subcategory. When you're adding a subcategory, you can automatically see there is written as a subcategory title. Then we'll ask you in SEO point of view meta title. You can also have a meta keyword over there. You can also do description there. It's so easy. So you don't have to know later. I spoke to you in a technical aspect, then you understand how the traditionally it is done. So in your website, without coding, without programming, you can do this yourself, following the rules. So the dashboard you can add yourself. So please don't worry. And the objective of these platforms, whether it is OSM or the affiliate platform, it is a non-technical person, a person who don't know about SEO, don't know can or she can actually do all this aspect there. So you can add a subcategory there. And where, for example, you can see now you have your meta keyword is the best iPhone 11 Pro by iPhone 11 Pro. Like that, you can actually add there. And your subcategory title is iPhone 11. It's not a machine language comes there. Meta title iPhone 11 Pro. We can put that one. Now meta description. Buy Apple iPhone online, the lowest price. Check the latest series of iPhone Pro, 6, iPhone 3, iPhone 6, 5, 6, 7, iPhone 7, 5, iPhone and iPhone Plus. So meta description, you are actually adding all your product category as well. Okay, so your keyword and the product category you can actually add there to update on it. Okay, now as we discussed about the your website, you can add yourself even in the banner as well. And even you wanted to do that, you can do that as well. Okay, that can change. In addition to that, you have a blog. In the blog, you want to do meta title, and you can do for a SEO purpose also. So meta title SEO, you can actually add there as well. Now, There again is a blog title and description you can have, and which is, you can actually use, meta title and meta description and save it. So it is automatically, you are done. So this is so easy for you to do that, and please don't worry about it. Even so, one of the places, when we say 3 to 5% of the density of your content, if you're planning to do, it is basically, you need to have a lot of content, as we've discussed about this. If you have a article you're writing, or a blog with article, or a white paper, you have 1,000 pages. If a normal product description of the content is a 300 words, right? So 300 words when you put it, so you need to have a different idea to have a more number of keyword density, to have it and repetition of the keywords, and how much time you repeated your keyword, Google value. But kindly note, do not stuff it. So above 5% of the content, if you use keywords, it's considered as a keyword stuffing, number one. So never do keyword stuffing. Google -1 give you, Google spam you. Now the important part, you're using that way for 3 to 5%. Second part, this is also important. If you, one is part is second, you do not stuff it. Other part, you need to have presence. Not stuffing, stuffing is not a good idea. You'll have a problem. Now, if you're not stuffing the keyword, 3 to 5% of your presence is required. So now to use your one keyword 5 times, you need to have 100 keywords, right? So you have a 50 times you wanted to use it, so 1,000 words should be there, right? So that way you need to think. That means 1,000 word articles, you can have a 50 keywords inserted, because you can have a 5%. 3% ideal, I'm choosing a 5%. So you can actually have 5% also. So write your content properly, image, and save and upload on. Okay. So this is about on page. So please don't worry. But it's the step of on page. Never forget your website with the it must be done with this. Okay. Now go to phase 3. I know you'll have so many questions. I think this week we will have a Q&A probably on Thursday. So you can ask all these questions, and you go and try with your dashboard. Then I request you to take a screenshot or video recording and ask the question if you have questions on it. Okay, so please do. Otherwise, you'll not be able to handle. Honestly, if you don't try, when we championship time, as we discussed, you'll be going faster. So like your practice and your fitness, your energy, everything's done before the championship to happen. The championship day in the relay on the track, you will not get a time. You can only warm up, right? So that way you need to be prepared before the championship start. So part of this, I would like you to log in, try a sample, even though you didn't get an affiliate, still it is okay. This method is there or not, you check that one. So you'll understand. And if you have any questions, a screenshot or a video, take it and contact your mentors and give them, and we will try to reply. This is on a Thursday. So why I'm putting a Thursday is that today, tomorrow, day after, we have these kind of a content series is going on. Thursday we'll have a Q&A session. So you can have this, any question you can have. You'll only have a question once you try. Please don't forget. You try, definitely have a question. Okay. So now we move on to the phase 3. So phase 1 and phase 2 questions you can ask. Now phase 3 also you can ask. Phase 3 also will complete probably today and tomorrow. Now, phase 3 is something called off-page optimization. So phase 3 off-page optimization is basically whatever we can do in others' website. That's called off-page optimization, right? So off-page optimization, there are different aspects we discussed now. So what are other things we'll do? So now the stages, as we discussed the phase 1. Stage 1 is a goal. We set a goal, what we wanted to rank. We know that is your primary keyword you wanted to rank. Your goal is 25% of your keywords. If you have 100 keywords, so now if you are looking for SEO 101, your 101 keywords, 25 keywords you wanted to rank in the first page. In that, again, you prioritize your primary keywords of 11. Which one you want to rank in the top 3? So not one keyword, multiple keyword you wanted to rank in the Google first page in the top 3, top 4, top 1. May not be realistic always, but top 1 is the aim, so top 3 will quite. So this is a goal which is set. Now we just now covered the on-page optimization. To achieve the goal, we need to do that one. There is no shortcut. We need to do. Okay. Then we go to off-page optimization. So off-page optimization, then we go to analyze. Now we'll continue little time on off-page optimization. So in compared to the on-page SEO, it's a completely different idea. So on-page is actually completely different because you have to work on it now, different skill, a different idea. You have a helicopter vision, you have that kind of, so I told you about it. But off-page is a completely different skill. Now, you don't record a lot of technicalities. It's easy. That's a good thing. So everyone can do off-page SEO. And you can actually be very proactive, and you can actually do fantastic with the off-page SEO. It's not like a headache. Even you don't have a dashboard, don't worry about it. Okay. And there are many people with an off-page as alone, they try to rank. Actually, there are certain level you can actually rank. Okay. Now, so then we need to discuss about the on-page activities, a few things. One is called a link format. So you have basically what is exactly on-page, off-page. All other websites represent you. Your Facebook page represents you, your LinkedIn page, your blog, the Quora, the review, the article, the white papers, classifieds, and videos, your Twitter, and your, maybe someone wrote an article about you, your news, their slide share. All the things which you do online, which represent you, which endorse you, which promote you, which even criticize you. Sometimes the reviews are bad. Reviews may not be necessary always is good for you. So all the things actually make you to rank your website. Now, in that, one of the things, how the Google, the representatives, that site refer your URL, your brand, your domain, and the link with you. So one of the things is link building. You might have seen off-page, everybody talk about link building. So link building is one of the source, and important is the quality of a link, and link format is important part. So the link, to understand what I'm talking about, there is a two element about the link. The one is it's appear in your the text which is appearing in the page, okay, and the destination. So in a way, who's referring and where you're reaching. So now the many of the link will be with the other website like a Quora, Yahoo, maybe blogs, articles of others. Their reputation also matter. So their reputations matter, and destination into your website. When they come there, you should be open the same relevant to that page, and everything should be there. You might have seen there are so many people cheat you. So for say the link that gives you don't 10 reasons, or 10 benefits you get, or you get this offer with this, and click it, take you to another page. That's a very bad rank. That's a wrong link. Even search engine understand, and they give you minus mark. In fact, even they'll block you as well. So Google even give you blacklist as well. So please do not use any other kind of a link and try to fool people. And because the robot of a Google robot also becoming intelligent, they also make an issue with that. Okay, and of course your bounce rate also will increase. So there is a two kinds of a link again will be there. One is an internal link within your website, and external link. Right, internal link is link part. I think you remember that all of you. First one is actually the link come to the website. There's someone else's website it comes to you. I hope you are clear this, right? So that is Google consider who is referring. Is a good reference, you have a more value. So good quality blog, you have a value. A news portal, a credibility is there, a news, CNN, BBC. These are the companies actually did. You have white paper on the platforms, and then you put it, or your forum, you put it there, or you have a Quora, you have a reviews on your social media, all of the things happening on others' website. So from where that link is coming, Google look at that. So you should have a good friends, good people. Link should come from the right people, which Google feel they're right. That's important. Google feel they're right. In terms of Google, they are wrong. Google get wrong. As you know, Google is not a human; it's a robot. So you need to have a good one. Then once they come to your website, it should be relevant. First of all, you can see so many websites that link is broken. So sad. No, when you link and it's not open, right? and you get a 3 not forever, 4 not forever error comes in. And many of the things are beautifully ranking in a Google first page, and you reach there suddenly by the time that even that website is closed, website is it's not there, the company is closed, they gave up. So this are the time, they had worked hard, Google started giving result, and the people are right to reach their website, they leave. So it happens most of the time, the website owners. As I mentioned, at the 3 to 6 months and 1 year time, people try, then they say it's not working, then leave. After that, Google rank. So if they had stayed back, they would have got a business. It's very simple, right? But the phenomena in the market, it is 95% of the people give up the business within 6 months. Maximum 1 year. 18 months is the time majority of the people give up. So actually, Google start ranking a 3 to 6 months time, and you get a result actually after that. And during this 6 months time, what your activity has done, it will take another 6 months to rank. So you have a whole lot of things coming in. So important is actually you get a rank and link to your website. It is relevant. And the point here is after people reach the destination of your website, then the link goes to where to rank. Okay, so this 2 portion important. Now, next, another 2 things is, one is you have an internal link, one external link. Internal within your website itself, you take it to the landing page, you take it to the second page, you take it to the category page, you take it to the FAQ page. All the things important part. So internal link, what I meant is, you look at an ADM website, there's a read more, you see it's called an internal link. So it's basically navigate internal areas in the website and do that one. So basically, when you're talking about inbound traffic, it's come from another website and rank to your website. So it is it's one of the major determining factor to rank your website. That's the reason backlink has become very, very important. And people say that much importance is not there these days, but still Google do give an important for it. So you get the maximum number of link to get your website ranked. Okay. Now, so search engines actually believe more others people talk about you than what you talk about you. So this point important. What you talking about in your website, your keyword, your content, your URL, secondary. The primary is what other people are talking about you, what other blog is talking about you, what other classified site is talking about, what other directory is talking about, what SlideShare is talking about, what Quora talking about you, what social media talking about you, and social media your fan followers talking about you. All the things are more important to the Google than what you're talking about your website. So on page, when we discussed, so you can understand off page is more important. On page has to be there because once I identify, Google can actually determine faster. But off page, Google actually really value all this thing. So important, don't forget the inbound link should come from there. So there are 4 different kind of a link format are there for you to have a link building part. So that's called, one's called uninformative link. Okay, so what is exactly uninformative link? That's something like a click here. So there is nothing on information on it. For what? Click here. What is it? I know it's not making sense, right? Now, this it may not be having call to action also. When people may not click it, it's not necessarily click here. But unless you use that one, use it as actually motivate them with a call to action. They do. So it's a one kind of a link. Another one is a URL link. So it's basically definitely land with the URL, not necessarily only with the domain. Like, example, adm.qa. It's a URL. Maybe an adm.qa.com/pricing. It can also be another link. So it is it's a URL link. It's not necessary. It has to be in a home page. It can be a landing page. It can be a pricing page. It can be an FAQ page. It can be in a contact us page. So directly can have that kind of a link based on a keyword which you have. So you keep that kind of a link from another website to another website. So for example, adm.qa projects. When we talk about, there is a admwebsitebuilder.com URL, we kept it there. So that is an example of other website talk about. So admwebsitebuilder.com is a different website. adm.qa is a different website. So it's internally linked. So now it's basically an Google point of view. It's an external link. It's going to come from another website. Now there is another link called topic link. So what exactly topic link is? So no, it's kind of a very good way. Now talking about a subject matter, subject or the really into that one. Now, for example, your hair care. So about the hair care, all the things you connect in that one. Okay, so that's a topic one. So this is a more into call to action, more to content related part. Then there is something called keyword link. So the link itself you make as so keyword itself is a link. So you talking about your brand, for example, and so on, or maybe a website builder. So here you can keyword itself will be your link. So this is one of the best way to give out a link part. So how do you build this link? So now you have a 3-4 kinds of a link. Now, according to me, the keyword-based link, URL-based link is we have to give an important. If you can have a combination of this, excellent. So that's what exactly we should come out. For example, now you have a keyword, you have a URL, and you have a landing page based on that. So like e-commerce mastery, you think is a keyword you're using, and adm.qa/e-commerce mastery, it's a landing page, and it's also a keyword, and it's not really call to action, because a call to action is register now, so free, e-commerce free, something should be there. Otherwise, it's call to action also there. If you can come out that kind of a categories or that kind of a strategy, that kind of a content, it really makes sense. So we should do that kind of a link building. So these 4 type of a link, think about how best you can use it, and that makes a lot of difference in the Google ranking part. Now, I want you to start making a few strategies. You can start yourself thinking about it. As I mentioned, the SEO process is not one-day activity. It's a 3 to 6 months of activity. SEO 101, we will complete in 180 days time, approximately 6 months time. We have a time. You don't have to hurry up, but earlier the better. That's true, but a systematic way we need to do it. So when you start developing a strategy, what are the questions you should ask yourself? So first of all, am I going to ask bloggers for links? You're going to raise blog and, hey, can you keep a link? Can you do that? Of course you can do. And how you do it is. Now, this is, as you know, this is an industry. You get so many people like this to do for you. So they give you 20 links, 100 links, 1,000 links, 2,000 links as a throwaway price. Point to be noted. It should be reputation important, as the rule number which I told you. It's not only the link matters, the quality of the link, that website people, the reputation of that website, the reputation of that blog, a search engine ranking of that blog, everything matters for you to get a weightage. So I'll give you 2,000 link. May not make sense if you have 20 good links. So it's important to have a quality than the quantity. So you need to get it. So now many of the people get excited with the price. Hey, I'll give you for $100, 100 links. It's not exciting, because you tell me what kind of a ranking you have, what kind of a blocking you have, what kind of a keyword you are doing, and etc. You need to do. So this one. So once you have this, if so, how will you do it? So how do you get these people? So there are so many methods. You go to drop service websites, you go to Fiverr or freelancers, or you get a lot of companies who give a backlinks. You buy from them and do it as. You can do that one. You can also use the social media influencers who's like bloggers, article writers. You can also ask them to do it as. The best one is naturally they should feel to do it as. Naturally. We refer a lot many websites, right? About through the articles. Okay, now this website has a website. It's a good product for this niche category. So that's the best one. Okay. Now, second question you should ask yourself, am I going to create a valuable, relevant content and wait for inbound links to come naturally? Actually, answer is yes, but you have to wait for it. And a few things which you can do here, a pseudonym of you or other people can actually publish an article, publish the reviews, publish the blog, some other with identity, some other thing which link with you. So this is one of the things you can do, but naturally coming is the best. And it comes if your site is relevant, your keywords are relevant, your niches are relevant, you have a good content, you have a good promotion, good social media, then people understand your site is important and generative. Okay. So then, can I create my own link with that? Of course, answer yes. But how will you do it, or where will you do? And we have to do very smart way. Google should not understand you're doing yourself. You can do yourself. This is with like we did in adm.qa, ADM website builder link. Same way you can do it. Will I reach out to my customers and ask them to link to my website? Actually, answer is yes. Sometimes they can do review. That's what exactly testimonials. You remember that we discussed testimonials, and you can have testimonials, and at the same time in his website he can have a review, he can write a blog, he can have his own article to do this one as well. So the focus must be you need to have high quality inbound links, so which is important to Google to give you good ranking, and it's also to influence the ranking to make you faster. Now, please do not waste your time with the lesser quality links. Waste your time, waste your money, and sometimes we also get a negative ranking. So please do not do. Don't excited. There are a lot of offers. If they give you 2,000 links for $100, you don't feel excited about it unless they have a good quality. So quality matters. So never compromise on it. Okay. So. Now, a few of the techniques I'm going to talk to you about come out with your own strategy. So one is the content. So you need to have a fantastic content. So one is in your website is a good content is that people are automatically going to refer you. So content of what? See, for example, you have let's say you have a content about the baby products. So you write about so much of thing about that article. So a mother feel to read and understand about it. You write 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 words about it, so people are going to refer. So automatically they keep a link. They link with you. And or you write an article. In that article again you can keep it as you give them an interview to the people of the newspapers, the online medias. Then let them talk about you to give a link on it. Or your white paper you publish, or if you can have your own forum discussing on the forum, you can have that one. Of course, your social media. So all these places you have a good, rich content, including your website. So your website has a good article. You are writing a continuously a blog article. It's a really good. So content is the key there. That's the best way for you to get other people naturally give you the link. That's one of the best ways. So please make sure that is you create a good content and get the content is done. Even you wanted a lot many articles, buy a private label articles and insert your keyword and put your URL there and promote. So there's no substitute for this. Okay, this is one of the best one. Second one is you get a link from a relevant, reputed people link in terms of Google reputation. That's what I'm talking about. They have good followers, good they have they are influencers in the market in terms of blog or social media, and they are linking you. It has a lot of value. So one of the best method is good bloggers. You can have a tie-up and the blogger write about you with your link. That's one of the best way. You can also have a social media, other social media putting and various articles putting, and you are reaching the reaching out to them, or they're naturally keeping your link of your website, not just domain name. Maybe sometimes somebody talk about a social media influencer talk about maybe your computers, and they directly give you the link to land in your computer's landing page. So that kind of a URL you can have. So this link from influencers is important. So when you do an influencer marketing, when you're an affiliate or associate for even an Instagram, influencer, tell them to do that the other social media as well, like YouTube and LinkedIn and articles as well. So tell them, can you make it as an article as well, and then put the URL there. So normally they'll allow. There's nothing wrong for them to do. So it is so that way we need to link building on. Okay, so this is never forget. So part of link building, that's a influencer one of the best option after the news. According to me, you have a news. It's also play a major role, because in terms of Google, it has a lot many value about the news comes with a kind of a news journal publishing you or newspaper publishing you. So that's the reason the buzz creation time, your beta launch time, your soft launch time, your mega launch time, all the 3 times you can use online media. I'm not talking to physically or doing a press conference. If you can do that, fantastic, no doubt about it. Now you can invite a lot of influencers and write about it. Fantastic, it's great. But in addition to that, you have a lot of press releases. It's in the SEO terminology, it's called as the press releases. You go to Fiverr, you go to freelancer.com. All these places, these kind of press releases are available. So you can have that. So these press releases, you can buy 10 page, 10, 1, 20, 30, 40, you can buy, and they publish. So it has a much more value. But you have to take a URL, which are the things they're doing. It should not be very, there are so many people who only do this one. No, that's not the way it works. It should be an original one to do this one. So this is part of a more than importance of the influencer, the good news portal, do an interview with you or a connection with you. You can write about article in that newspapers or a blog or the online medias you can do and get a weightage. So never forget that. Especially in the buzz creation time, your beta launch opened. We can make as a news. Your soft launch date can be announced. That can be a news. Soft launch is today, can be another news. Soft launch is done yesterday. That can be another news. So this is how it really we can. Same way, you mega launch time, you can have a kind of a context, or maybe you can have something which is kind of buzz creation. You can have mega launches so many days. So the date is after 1 month. Then say only 25 days is getting prepared. Then today the launch. So I like that a sequence of the press coverage and others references linking it to your website with a keyword, with URL, which makes sense. So it is Google gives you a lot of rank. So I recommend a part of the buzz creation, your A/B test, beta test, and to mega launch, at least 11 times is repeated. As you know, so you asked me 11, as I told you the number, 11 times. We repeat this one. So 11 times the presses covered your social media, so your Facebook, your affiliate website or OSM, which is also reflected in the social media. Okay, so you have press coverage as well as this one. I'm not talking about physically you're doing a press conference, which can also do nothing wrong. That has, of course, that has a huge value. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about press release. Press release online. It's a very simple service. $50, $25. You have so many people do for you, and it is actually people do it for you. Otherwise, you can also go. You go to this news portal and you can actually publish the news. You can apply with the editors will approve that one and publish. Okay, so you can do yourself as well with a link. You can do so different method there, but it's a 25 press releases and that'll cost you around $100. So like that. So 11 it costs around $50. It's a repeated one they will do, and even you can do interviews. So your site is getting launched. Someone can interview. And interviews also cost you less than $50 or $100. So someone will interview. They'll send you a set of questions, and you can answer, or you can give a question. You can give an answer with the keywords. So purposes here not here coming as a fame. Of course, it's also fame, but the objective here is to rank in the Google first page. So this is the press release. Never forget, you have this also. Then the influencer. Then comes the influencer linking. Okay, and influencer linking blog has a huge important account to me. You to give that one. Okay. Then something called local link. So what is exactly local link? For an example, if you take you're a photographer. Now, from whom he should give you a link? The florist, the wedding planners, the wedding organizers, the catering people, event management companies. They also have website. They give you a link for the photographer. Link, you have a website, and they link with you. It has a huge value both ways, even search engine point of view and the user point of view. So this kind of a link, each niche you should get it. So for example, now like an example, we discussed the baby products. Now one of the niche you have seen, it's a diapers. Premature diaper is one of the Miss Doshna's. It's a fantastic niche. So that niche you wanted to promote, to get a link. You can get a lot of pediatricians articles and blogs to refer about this website, right? And you can ask them to link with you. they simply link with you. They'll not even ask you any money because that's a genuine one. The people who are asking money, most of the time, their job is this. The quality of their website will be less. So here is an important part to have this kind of thing you're generating and getting the link. Like an example of photographer getting wedding planners and florists and event management company and weddings. It depends upon your niche. You need to get a link from these places. For example, your niche is a football. Some other players, other reporters, other journalists, other fan, other reviews talk about your website, about your products to buy on it. Or maybe a health website talking about a good exercises. Football is a good exercise, and you can buy these products from there, something like that. Go. You're not necessarily there to do a sales pitch. They're just a reference link. So this is a local link. So local link also include the directories, classifieds, and you can also have a list of the things which is published in the various things, different region, different market as a yellow pages, and kind of info pages, yellow pages. All the things also can be a local link you're getting it. Okay, so this is the way you keep getting a link. And as I mentioned, it is not a one-day job. It's over a period of time. So 180 days, I recommend to have over 1,000 link. If you can do 10,000 link quality, I'm not mentioning a 10,000 link, you immediately compromise the quality and go for quantity. So eventually, you'll not have a good result. But 10,000 quality link you get it, fantastic. So I don't know how you can manage. This can do. But if you buy, it may not be quality. Don't forget that. So I'm not saying all the things you buy is not a quality, but it's very difficult to get a quality link with a cheaper price. Okay. Now, you need to get a lot of authoritative website, a link from the different one. Now, if you know authoritative website linking and giving to your link to you, it gives you a really good work and an important one if you to get that one. Now this you get this authoritative website like an OIS or a domain authority or a mouse authority or various authorities website covering really give you a good weightage, and you should get that one. Okay, and you cannot when you create link building strategies, you'll have a few issues. One is, as I keep mentioning now, brokers and sellers. Please keep away from them. I'm not saying all the brokers and sellers are bad, but the quality is usually less. You can imagine something like this. If somebody is keep doing this is one, they have a lot of link and they're scattered and offer something. But there are few people very genuinely do. Even an influencer marketing, or here is Qatar is a blogger. Now she does only one link in a month. Even you promise her to pay more, she does not do. She is very strict on that. Only do one in a month, and it's also relevant. And she charges. It's worth paying to her. She charges that one, okay, because she chooses, and she says okay. She refused some of the brands, other things. She said, it is not that you're bad. I cannot connect with it. I cannot relate with your product and services with me. So that's the reason. So I'm not saying that's the reason. I'm not saying all the brokers and sellers are bad, but brokers and sellers usually should be careful. So where do you find these brokers and sellers? You get in Fiverr and freelancer.com, all the marketplaces website you get in drop service website, you get it. See, all the brokers and sellers may not be good. You should not get excited about the price and things. I told you about 1,000, 1,000 you get it quickly with the $50 go and do. May not be a good idea. Sometimes you get a penalty and it should give you -1. Okay, so be cautious, and we should be very, very careful when you're taking a decision. Okay. Now, this low quality will be irrelevant to your content, and Google algorithm understand these malpractices, and they'll actually catch you and penalize, give you fine and give you -1. So please don't do that. Is important part. So another one is a broken link. So that is you can see so many broken links. And when the link building, the broken link is a problem, and you get a minus mark. Google take you out from there, and it's hard to replace always. And on a regular basis, you have to update and do it as one. Okay, so it is so many of the link, as that sometimes the campaign done, there is a landing page was that that is not done usually. It's affecting the rank, it's also affecting the CRO. So many things are there. Okay, so that now sometimes the pages you deleted sometimes will have a broken link. So when you delete, but Google cache everything, as you know, right? Google cache everything you do, and you cannot get away with that. So you created a page, Google cache it, then later you said now no more is not there, you removed it, but the link is already there. So what happens is when they come, the link is not working. Instead of you're deleting that, is updating it is important. And that's one is, instead of deleting, that's the best method you can do it. Okay, yeah, okay. So basically, you should know all this issue when we bring in that one. Now there are a few things that damaging links. So what are the damaging links? And this is not at all good. It's not a less quality. I'm talking about the bad. Earlier I talked about less quality. Here I'm talking about bad. It is actually affect your ranking, and it is Google understand you're doing and intentionally doing. Earlier it was, you have a practice is not a good run. Here is a unnatural bit, and Google penalize you. All other thing you do, whatever you do, it also goes wrong. So we should be damaging link. Never take this one. Okay. So this is the important part. Now, here, all this part is a content marketing. So all the link, all of the off-page activities, come from a good number of visitors you get through the content part. So content marketing, you never forget this one. Okay. Now, once you have this link building strategies in place, you understood all the link strategy. Now, content marketing is the next phase one. So now it's involved on creating a valuable information and entertaining content and attracting customers to your website and convert. So it is a strategy should be like that. Why should people come to your website? If either you give them a very good offer, and then people buy it. So this is a lot of offers. Usually the larger corporate companies, they do that. They are the masters with that. And they know it is under the campaign. So what exactly the value you give? You give a lot of information about your niche category, niche products. Talk about that, and it reaches you. It reaches you, the customer, and people actually precisely search for something like that. I think I told you about last time in SEO part when we discussed about it. My wife bought a bottle of this one from Baby, which is. Now, when we travel, so we were traveling, especially and the hill areas we're traveling. So we don't want the milk to spill it. At the same time, it should not be a plastic. It should be it's not be broken. It should not leak. All the thing was actually wanted, and my wife searched on that and got it. So articles, which is this product, she could reach because one of the website, a Korean website. Of course, they come with a very quality and very expensive product, but they wrote an article about it. And that article talk about these are the problems the infant stages mother faces when you're traveling. So you'll have this issue, you need to have the baby to drink a milk and to be hot, it's warm. All the things, they talk about the challenge, how you keep it, then talk about this product and they give a link. So there's a link building, there's information. So why we read that and do that. You can also know, I don't know how many of you know, there's a one product they're doing through an article marketing alone. They sold got around $1.4 million worth of business in the last 1 year, which is basically a kind of a herbal product. Sourced from, they say, it claimed to be in Africa, and selling it as approximately around $50. They sell it. It's basically they're talking about reduce your weight and reducing your belly, etc., to having a 1 spoon on a lemon and doing it. But they talk about the article. It's around a 3 to 4 page of article. When someone just forward to me, with this article alone, as somebody raised a business of 1.4, I was excited to open. I was thinking 1,000 word. Instead, it turned to be more than 10,000 words. So more than 10,000 words, around 4 to 8 pages, an article, and then they convert the same. Because what they are looking forward, it is basically, the people who are really interested to trust and buy. So they're not looking for every one-time only article is done and keep promoting that article. So one-time article is done. It's basically, I think you might have also seen this article, which is quite famous on it, is that they're talking about a doctor, lost his brother because of the obesity. Then he started doing research and he found an amazing discovery. Then he tried with himself and other thing, and he found an amazing result. And the credibility established as being a doctor, and a test proved, and blah 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 blah. So I don't know if it's true or not, but it's a fantastic article. And someone read, the conversion is very high. But you see, that kind of information started there. This is one example. Second example, I'll tell you. Many of the time, people want to have a comparison. People want to have features. People want to have benefits. People want to have components. So these are the informations you try to give to the people through your content. Maybe history, maybe varieties, maybe usage. All the things you can actually talk in the part of the informative content. And you can also do an entertaining part, like a top 10 surprising fact, and top 10 statistics, top 10, or maybe best of the history this happened, or some other thing people you can entertain, the best funny factor about it, and the most misunderstood concept on it. Something which people informative as well as entertaining content, which people share, people also value. Through that, you can convert. So that's the reason, especially you're doing an affiliate marketing business, you need to have a content. And content. It is no compromise. The problem of our affiliate platform is it looks like an e-commerce website. You compromise on a content part. As you know, I recommend for every product one page. Right? You might have seen the structure. Category, sub-category, when it goes to one page. Every page, apart from the API link you got from Amazon and Flipkart or the merchants, you need to keep it, your articles, your product description. How many words? 300 words. So each product you talk about not less than 300. So where do you get this one? It's easy. It's there. So you need to, only thing is you need to do not plagiarize. Yes, you remember that? Plagiarism. So give you minus mark. The content part we discussed over the plagiarism, right? So 80%, 60 to 80% plagiarism is you can actually, 80% should be plagiarism free. Above 60 is necessary, okay, listen, because some cases you may not be able to do even 80% as well. So 60 to 80%, the minimum plagiarism free should be there. Now, less than 80%, that's not exactly the word I'm talking about. Now, these content you should put in your website. That means every product of your website should have 300 words of your own, not the merchant. Okay, you're getting this point? I don't know how much you understood. This makes sense to you? To rank, this is I'm talking about best practices. Like, for example, you have a keyword. Based on keyword, you find the products. Now that products is you got an affiliate merchant for it. You applied it, you got it. Now you can have that in your website. Now you need to rank this product. Yes or no? So how do you make a rank? So one is on-page activity. On-page activity, you do all the meta title, meta description, everything. Perfect. And meta description should be connected to your content. So your website has your product page has a 300 page. That's what I recommended. If it is article, 1,000 play, right? You remember that just now we discussed about. You need to have a 300 wordings. So these 300 wordings must have a 5% keyword density. That means around 10 to 15 keywords are there in your 300. So when you're writing a product description about that product in that URL, you put it, the URL has to be in that product, your keyword with the product, right? All this put together. When you're writing that, you keep it that one, then it's really value for you, Google, right? Yes or no? So that is exactly we are talking about. This 300 information, not the repetition of what Amazon talking about, what Alibaba talking about, what eBay talking about, what Flipkart talking about. You have additional information talking about the benefit, the features, the advantages, the plus point, the comparison, the usage, everything's to be there in the part of that which people value. So where you can also have a keyword, do it. And it also should have a call to action. It also should contain the AIDA, IDA rule. Then there is a conversion should happen. So this is the way it is to be the run. Now, so it's about showing your customers that you have an expertise as a niche website or your OSM website. You should. That's what exactly I've always say, based on your passion, interest, knowledge, experience, and future plans, and that you need to have it. So show that you have expertise it, and they should feel as about it, and they feel that you're really into that. So that is an important part, and then people actually buy from you that one. So what are the things you need to take care of? This part, articles, various articles you can have for your link creation, as well as referring about your URLs. Then a lot of case studies. So case studies happen, and again, this and all you can actually, as a brokers and sellers are there, you have to choose the right people. Then white papers the companies does for you, and the white papers are very important, and your niche report is another important thing. And you can also have an infographics about, like, for example, like you put a car seat. Car seat is your niche. A baby car seat is your niche. So you have infographics show to the many of the parents has an issue of normally fixing the car seat. So infographics, you should make it how to fix that. The infographics may not be there, or may be there with the manufacturer, but not with the merchant. Like the Alibaba merchant, or Alibaba or Amazon or a Flipkart. All the sites actually, they may not have infographics of the products, but when you look at the brand, when you go to the websites of them, you can actually say the infographics and details of that real manufacturer. You can actually take that one, or maybe any other Creative Commons content or Internet Archive content, which is copyright free. You can take it and edit it and show us an infographics of that niche, how to fix the car seat with, for a baby car seat. So you can have an article. You can also, same article, you can also have infographics. You can also have a URL put that, and you can also have a video for it. You can have a, YouTube video to make it with that, and which you can use a capture words method. So that's also become a unique, and you also get a ranking on that. So capture words method also you can, or you can use a Creative Commons as well. So all the things, you need to educate the customers. You're saying that I'm really solving the problems, the thing which we discussed earlier, right? So we discussed this point earlier, which is solving the problems of the customer. So what are the problems? One of the problems is basically the people after they're buying the car seat, they have a problem of fixing. You can see so many people don't know how to fix it. So that's an important part. So here it is. You need to become an expert in your niche once you're chosen, and the moment you are expert at this, people immediately think about your website. So every time they refer, they advocate, they have a loyalty, and they will come back to you, and repeatedly they do sharing, they advocate for you, they will promote yourself as well. Okay, so here, as we discussed, you on-page optimize your content fully and with keywords, meta tag, headings, and so on, right? So these competition is basically make sense for you to do this one a lot, and this is a major off-page activities and on-page activities. This a combination is the key for keyword to rank in the Google first page. Now we go to the social ranking. Maybe tomorrow we'll do that, and tomorrow we also consider all other aspect as well. Okay, now otherwise we can start off today social sharing part. This is it's in good people sharing their social media content in a various network they do. And social sharing buttons is always in there in their website. You have seen it is in the when I discuss with you on page, which we discussed about, there are small icon, you keep it there as the social media accounts. So that is the social media buttons. It also comes under on page. When you're doing on page, today I discussed with you, and I always discuss social media as an off page, but today I discussed with you on page. It must be there. So it has to be there. On page should be there. So an example, when you look at the social sharing, you can see every page, there is a button added, right? So there's an article in the adm.qa website, how to increase website traffic. So that's a blog, so article with a keyword which we have. So this also shareable button, we kept it on a Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest. You can actually have a shareable button there. So this, to keep the shareable button, is actually an on-page activity. But of social media is an off-page activity, right? It's a combination of that one. So this is compelling content, the best content you create. You put a lot of effort. As you know, this will come out a lot of the content comes out. It's got a lot of this one, and this readers should buy this one. Okay, so once you do this one, your customers also share with others. Okay, so it's a conveniently you place in the whether Twitter or Facebook or LinkedIn, and let the customers also share. And that sharing, you get a lot of weightage. And social media, Google also endorse the social media. As I mentioned, it's a 5-digit there. Actually, you get a lot of weightage. So you need to do that one. So with this, we'll end. And tomorrow, we will go for analyzing part. Google Analytics we'll discuss. And few more off-page activities. Before we go to analyze, we will discuss tomorrow. I think now I realized it is a few other things, I'm linked with, because I put it earlier, we discussed all other SEO 101, all the other aspects. I did not discuss at that time the link building as one activity. So today, the link building has multiple activities, multiple things we did it. Now, these multiple things put together, we get on-page activities, off-page activities. Off-page activity include link building. So the reason many other people count link building as a third category, the reason is it has a combination of the element. So combination of that one. So maybe we can take it like this: on-page, off-page, and link building. So all these three activities put together, we worked on. Then what we worked on, what we work and where to get the result. The analyzing part is a very, very important aspect. And that we'll discuss tomorrow. And now we continue that one. Then we go to the next phase. Fourth phase is actually analyze. Fifth is actually, I'll come to that. So there are various phases we'll go. And I'm talking to you, it's one of the best content in the world. I am talking to you, one of the best strategy in the world. And how you going to, all of us going to do it in the championship, the same strategy we are going to implement. So if you are serious about making $3,000 a month and continuing getting that result with less effort, there's no other method. Okay, so I believe you got the best out of the SEO activities, and I'm sure about it. This is one of the things which you can actually do in a large scale to get the best ranking part. Okay, so thank you so much. And a couple of minutes from now, I'll join in the mastermind, and we'll have a Q&A and a few more SEO strategies we'll discuss in detail there. Okay, so thank you so much, all of you. I'll see you in the mastermind, most of you, and the rest of those who are not joining the mastermind, I'll see you tomorrow with a phase 4. Thank you so much.